For centuries now, man has continually made new and exciting discoveries about our solar system, galaxy, and universe as a whole. From Galileo discovering that the Earth revolves around the Sun, and not vice versa, to the relatively recent discovery of black holes, the knowledge to be gained from space is nearly infinite. As humans get better at exploring space and our technology improves, we are able to observe more stellar events and astonishing cosmic phenomena than ever before. So what shocking new discoveries have eagle-eyed scientists found in our Milky Way galaxy? Keep watching till the end to find out. Here are our top 10 amazing discoveries about the Milky Way galaxy. Number 10. New Super-Earth. In the search for new exoplanets, a team of scientists came across GJ 740b, an enormous rocky planet 3 times the mass of Earth, which orbits a small red dwarf star, completing its orbit in just under 2.5 days. The planet lies 36 light-years from Earth, which is an absolutely insane distance in human terms, but is actually very close on the cosmic scale. Its relatively close distance to Earth makes GJ 740b a promising candidate for more in-depth observations once we develop new wide-diameter telescopes which can peer deeper into the cosmos. Its proximity to Earth also opens up the possibility of an interstellar adventure there in the distant future. The recent interest by man in the colonization of other planets, example, Mars, would also make this an interesting candidate as a potentially habitable planet for humans. Number 9. Harnessing energy from black holes. Black holes are absolute behemoths, able to grow to a mass billions of times greater than our sun and consume entire solar systems for breakfast. Such intense objects have the potential to power human civilization for millions of years, but finding a theoretical way to extract energy from black holes without falling into one has been difficult, to say the least. Recently, a breakthrough was made where 2 astrophysicists determined that we could safely and efficiently extract energy from black holes by breaking and reforming magnetic field lines at the event horizon, the point where not even light can escape a black hole. While this method of energy generation is still just a theory, it would have significant consequences for our species if we could start using it. Number 8. Space dust falling to Earth. Space isn't as empty as it may appear. As our planet traverses even seemingly clear parts of space, it comes into contact with space dust, which burns up in the upper layers of the atmosphere and leaves behind stunning streaks of light across the sky, with the particles making up the space dust remaining on Earth. For years, we had no idea how much space dust was falling to Earth, but thanks to a 20-year study, we now know that a whopping 5,200 tons of dust is added to the planet every single year. This insane fact gives you no excuse for not being able to see shooting stars more often. Number 7. Length of the days on Venus. Usually, calculating the day length of a planet is a trivial process. We've been able to do it for not only the planets in our solar system, but also planets orbiting other stars that are light years away. Even though we can do this, scientists have never been able to consistently calculate the day length of Venus, which is the closest planet to Earth. Why is this? Did they just get bored and give up? Not quite. As it turns out, the day length of Venus varies by up to 20 minutes as a result of its fast-moving clouds, which alter the spin of the planet. This discovery means we can finally explain why scientists have never been able to agree on the exact amount of time for a day on Venus. Number 6. New infant galaxy. Astronomers have recently found a tiny galaxy, just 1% the size of the Milky Way, which is in the early stages of its evolution. Most galaxies that are this small are hard to find, since they don't emit a whole lot of light, but scientists were able to find this galaxy through use of gravitational lensing, which is where large objects such as galaxies bend and magnify the light coming from objects behind them, which allows us to study them more closely. The discovery of this galaxy will allow researchers to find out more about how young galaxies develop, which will certainly be useful in determining how our own galaxy has evolved. And with the progression of this mini galaxy, it could eventually bear alien life, but that would undoubtedly take billions of years. Number 5. Oxygen on Mars. One of the main issues with trying to get humans to live on Mars is that we need an abundance of oxygen to survive, and the red planet barely has an atmosphere, let alone enough oxygen to sustain a human. Things have changed though, thanks to NASA's Perseverance rover, which has now successfully converted carbon dioxide from the thin Martian atmosphere into enough oxygen to sustain a human for 10 minutes. This might not seem very impressive, but it shows that we can successfully produce oxygen on Mars. With more development and refinement of this technology, humans would be able to live on Mars with portable devices that can easily convert carbon dioxide from the thin Martian atmosphere into oxygen. For that purpose, special domes would be created where humans can live, and these domes would be able to automatically convert the Martian carbon dioxide into oxygen for humans to breathe. Number 4. Moving black hole. For some time now, it has been predicted that black holes could drift through the cosmos, but we've been unsuccessful in finding one of these moving behemoths until now. Researchers were able to use advanced techniques to determine the speed of black holes compared to the speed of the galaxies they reside in. A difference in speed would indicate that the black hole is moving. The team conducted these measurements for 10 black holes and managed to find that one black hole, some light years away, was moving at 110,000 miles per hour compared to the Milky Way galaxy. This insane discovery adds such much-needed character to these huge objects. Number 3. The core of stars is not fixed. For some time, we've been able to measure the mass of stars across the cosmos, but what determined the mass of a star has remained a mystery. Some thought that a larger core caused stars to be larger and heavier, while others thought that all stars initially had a core of similar size and that they would grow if there was readily available gas to be used as fuel. This mystery was finally put to rest this year when a team studied the formation of stars in a huge cloud of gas and eventually concluded that all stellar cores have a similar mass at birth and grow as they consume more mass. With this study, the mystery of the mass of stars has finally been explained. Number 2. X-rays on Uranus. Earlier this year, researchers were able to detect X-rays coming from Uranus for the first time. This was to be expected since the sun produces plenty of X-rays that can be reflected by large celestial bodies. However, another source of X-rays was also detected, which hasn't been explained yet. This discovery could lead us to new information about our distant celestial neighbor. Number 1. Enormous solar flare. Some researchers were observing the closest star to our sun, Proxima Centauri, when suddenly it became 14,000 times brighter. The star had just emitted a powerful solar flare more than 100 times stronger than anything ever emitted from our sun, which is lucky since a similar event in our solar system would not be great for us fragile humans. Luckily, this spectacular event took place at a safe distance away where we could admire and study its solar effects. With all that has been said, what do you think about these new discoveries found in our Milky Way galaxy? Which discovery was the most fascinating to you? And what other topic related to space and astronomy would you like us to talk about? Share your answers down in the comments section, and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update about all things space and astronomy.